A recent cybersecurity report by Deloitte Nigeria reveals a rise in phishing attacks, mouse spams, and ransomware attacks as attackers are using COVID-19 as bait to impersonate brands. In a world of uncertainty where no one seemed to know how long the pandemic will last, especially with the rise in cybercrime, how can businesses protect their online transactions? From Voice of Nigeria, we present Security Watch, a program that spotlights security challenges and efforts at protecting lives and property in Nigeria. In this edition, focus is on cybercrime, a bane of businesses in the COVID-19 era. I'm Olajumoke Falaye. A Webroot study shows there has been over 40% surge in machines running Remote Desktop Protocol (RDP). Working remotely has increased the number of remote desktop connections from home to work or the cloud, and this has led to an upsurge in RDP brute force attacks. Guy Dagan is an information technologist and cybersecurity expert.
In the information security world, our job was quite precise. Our job was to defend the logical space of the organization, which means defending the information of the organization. And this was the defense and attack playground that we played on. In the cyber world, this defense and attack playground changed a little bit. We see the same attackers, but with different volumes of attack. In the information security world, the antivirus knew how to identify the virus by its signature, and we were safe. In the cyber world, these attacks became much more malicious. They're not called virus anymore, they're called malware. And they go without signature, or they switch signatures all the time, or they're using an anomaly, or they're not staying at the file system like we know, but staying at the memory of the computer also.
Many businesses have been forced to embrace new practices such as social distancing and remote working due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The upsurge in cyber threats and attacks during this pandemic call for concern. Heather Armstrong, Supervisory Agent, Federal Bureau of Investigation (FBI), assigned to the United States of America Consulate in Nigeria, says increase in cyber threats and attacks is driven by global connectivity.
Fundamentally, our society is more technologically reliant than ever before, and there is no sign that this trend will slow. In my field, I'm seeing cybersecurity risks is increasing. We have a myriad of cybersecurity threats that didn't exist a few decades ago. It's driven by the global connectivity and the usage of cloud services to store sensitive data and personal information. Poor configuration of cloud services paired with increasingly sophisticated cyber criminals means that the risk to your organization and your systems suffers from a successful cyber attack or data breaches on the rise. The fact of the matter is, you are an individual, small business, or a large company, you rely on computer systems every day. According to a cybersecurity study, the average cost of a cybercrime for organization increased by 1.4 million over the last year, and the average number of data breaches rose from 11% to 145. If you're not worried about cybersecurity, you should be.
Although cybercrime has always been the bane of digital compliant businesses, the ravaging COVID-19 pandemic seems to have worsened the issue. The worrisome nature of cybercrime leaves many business experts pondering on why internet fraud seems to be thriving. Nonetheless, Yossi Sassi, ethical hacker and information security researcher, provides answers.
The internet was never designed for security. Never. The main goal when they set on the blueprint to do that was to basically connect multiple networks to seem as a single network. Disaster recovery was on the table. And they had to survive after some hardware fails. So the network had to provide a flexible architecture for data to flow. But essentially, all the challenges today with hacking and cyber criminals, offenses like non-repudiation, issues in confidentiality, spoofing, etc., All of these were not part of the design goals of TCP/IP. So decades later, we are seeing cyber criminals creatively and intensely, immensely manipulating time and space over the internet.
Most businesses, especially small and medium enterprises, SMEs, were caught unaware as they were not prepared for the forced shifts caused by the pandemic. Tal Kaltra is a guru in startup business and cybersecurity.
Have no doubt that what COVID made for digital, thrusting it, flying it forward, light years away, we are all digital right now. If you like it or not, we are digital, our parents are digital, our kids are digital. Since we became much more digital, it means hackers are now looking towards the smaller businesses that in the past were not interesting because they were not digital. They had no footprint in the internet, but now they do. And they are vulnerable. They are very easy to hack. And there is business there. Hackers, they don't need to work hard now fighting the security of a bank when they can go to a medium company which is not well secured, having to be much more digital and do whatever they want. So for hackers right now, oh my God, it's a real paradise.
Guy Dagan, an information technologist and cybersecurity expert, in his quest to know why cyber criminals are finding it easy to hack into computers, conducted a search in the open web. Here is what he found.
I made a search of hacking home computers. Now check this out. About 81,200 results in the open web about hacking home computers. And this is something that we didn't see before, and which increases the cyber attackers. Now, another motivation we're talking about it is the coronavirus, because we see dozens of percentage in risen in scams when it comes to emails, SMSs, mobiles, applications, phone calls when it comes to the coronavirus. The only thing I have to tell you that they can impersonate anyone, the World Health Organization or whatever you want, they will impersonate it. So everything that has to do with the coronavirus, you check it with 100 eyes before you click a link or before you approve something or before you reveal information about it. Because the number of scams is just like exponentially risen.
Due to the pandemic, most businesses have gone digital to sustain their operations in a very competitive environment. The increase in the numbers of new remote desktop connections has created a thriving environment for cybercrime. Calvin Coleman, executive director of an international cyber outfit, gives insight into ways businesses can safeguard their transactions.
In 2015, we had about 15 billion connected devices around the world, right? 5 years later, 2020, about 20 billion connected devices, right? So a 25% increase. In the next 5 years, we're going to have over 60 billion connected devices, a 300% increase. It just goes to show the continuous connectivity of our society is not going to slow down anytime soon. COVID can't be ignored in this equation. Of course, COVID has accelerated the connection as it relates to everyday people. People are connecting like never before. With cybersecurity, we think having that robust password, enabling multi-factor authentication, keeping your machine patched are the very simple messages we can give to people to help them protect themselves as they, see the onslaught from bad actors trying to penetrate their systems.
Corroborating Calvin Coleman's view on cybersecurity, Dr. Margaret Bell, expert in business development and management, also suggests embracing cybersecurity as a chosen career path to contain cyber threats and attacks.
We live in a digital age, and it brings us comfort and also dangers. And we see that cyber attacks are only becoming more common and and harmful. Cybersecurity career paths can be chosen as a network security, network defense operations, security management, penetration tester, and main certifications, which are certified ethical hacker, certified information security manager, and certified information system security professional. So this is a real perspective for cyber training.
Going by the Niger Consumer Awareness and Financial Enlightenment Initiative, projection of $6 trillion loss to cybercrime within and outside Nigeria by the year 2030, Daniel Enright, a cybersecurity consultant, gives tips on how businesses can secure their operations.
Start with training of people, continue with establishing policies, and when you want to upgrade the technology, plan ahead, not a week, not a month, 6 months ahead. Make sure everybody is aware what does it mean to upgrade the technology. There is no single cyber defense measure which can absolutely protect any industrial operation from a cyber attack. So what can we do? We can do layered defense. You have the industrial operation, the sensor, the controllers. Then we have the communication network. We need network security. Then we need endpoint security, all the computers which are supervising the process. And finally, the perimeter. The perimeter security, it's the physical security. These are the firewalls. These are the doors, the CCTV cameras. All these belong to perimeter security. So this is what you must do. Plan how the integrated action of using all these measures will help you to achieve your goal.
From all indications, it is clear that cybercriminals are not planning on slowing down. Therefore, businesses must remain proactive at ensuring their online transactions are well secured. It's on this note we end this edition of Security Watch. The program focused on cybercrime, a bane of businesses in the COVID-19 era. If you have comments and observations, please write to the producer, Security Watch, PMB 40003, Falomon Ikoyi, Lagos, or send an email to info@von.gov.ng. You can also visit our website, www.von.gov.ng, and our social media platforms for more stories. Our Twitter handle is our Voice of Nigeria. On behalf of the producer, Destiny Onyemihia, and the studio manager, Hakeem Tokosi, I'm Olajimoke Falai saying goodbye.